So now that we've seen how that functions, I need to wire in the top of the other side. So I'm going to make another identical ladder, wire those in, I'll show you the tick delays, and at that point we'll be able to actually use both sides in its entirety. Just a note, when I was loading these up I used slabs as you saw, but in the future it will not be slabs. It'll actually be half slabs in that one, and the other one will be fences. Yeah. Great, so we have this wired in now, and as you can see it's getting a bit ridiculous how this whole thing is getting put together, but I'm going to give you all the timing delays on the 2s. So, as you all recall, this is 2A, 2B, or sorry, this is 1B, 2B, 3B, and so 1B has a, I believe it's a 0 tick delay, while 2B and 3B have a 2 tick delay on 2B, and a 3 tick delay on 3B. We go to the top, we have a 1 tick here, plus another 4, so we have 5 going up top. I'm going to explain all this again at the end, I'm sure, and I will, but keep in mind, so it's 5. We go straight, this is the first one, this is 5 ticks, and then it branches to the right. This is a 6 tick, this 6th tick goes straight here, and the 7th tick goes to the very top, right here, back into the universal push down. And so I'll put a block here, and when you see it, it will be pushed down underneath this block and push down 1. Let's go. Great. So I know it might be a little hard to make out exactly what we're pushing now since there's so much here, but it's that block right there. It's going to go forward, to the right, and then down. So let's hit the proper button. I believe it's this one. I'm going to wire these two together then. Push the button, and you can see now in the corner of your eye it got pushed down. So that means both sets are completely wired and working. Now we'll connect them and we'll load them up and we'll have a working system, and I'll show you how to load them up. Alright, so I've skipped ahead a little bit, everybody, and I've now combined the 2 tracks. As you can see, I've added a 12 tick delay between the first set of wires, and it's going to right where the old second set of buttons was. This basically allows all the A's to go down and then up top, and then all the B's to go down and then up top. I'll give you a quick example. Alright, so I'm going to hit the button, you can all see. So the bottom goes, top goes, and then the second set on the top goes. One more time. This bottom goes, then that bottom goes, and the top goes. So now we're going to load this up with items, and this is tedious, and I'll show you like 2 or 3, but basically you have to load up both aisles all the way to top, and once they are, it'll work indefinitely. So I'm going to do that now. So this will be a pretty tedious process, but basically to load it up, we're just going to put a slab here, fence here, and we're going to repeat that like a cajillion times. So you can see how they each get loaded up. One, which is the whole point of this thing, is that it separates them down here. The reason I'm not putting them both on top of each other is you need something pushing it down to make it work properly. But you get the idea for loading. Basically, these both need to go all the way very top, and then we can start mixing, and you'll get to see the beauty of the combining process, and then we will add the minecarts into the solution. Alright, as you can see now, they've started to combine at the top, and so every time I put down a slab and a fence post, we're gonna result in another combined one. And I'm going to show you this like once or twice, and then I'm going to get the stacks all the way bottom, and we'll be able to fully automate it without having to add any more materials. This only has to be done once, by the way, just to initially load it up. And after that point, it will work indefinitely, because that's the whole point of it, is that it loads itself. So you can see them keep coming down, and you'll get to see the beauty of the separation process, fully automated. And one last time. Great. As you can see now, I have the entire thing loaded up. I was having a bit of issues with wiring, so I simply separated all the lines. The timing is exactly the same, just split them all apart. You can see on both sides. The more compact version doesn't run into this issue, but for the purposes of showing this, I decided to do this kind, and I'll make one later with a more compact design. Alright, so basically now whenever I hit this button, we have all stacks, the stacks move up, and everything move back down. Oops, sorry about that. And we're set to its original hole. I hopefully at this point, why this occurs should be apparent to you. But now the relevance of it. Now we're going to actually, like, what does it do? And now we're going to actually really show what it does. So now it's time to apply the minecarts to it. So we've had an extra piston here. I placed it up 1 block and then 1 block or 2 blocks behind the initial boosting piston. It's going to be set on the exact same timer as piston 1B right here. So it's going to be set to a 2 tick delay. So we're going to go around, and I'm just going to wire that in, and then I'll skip ahead. Alright, now I have it wired in, as you can see. It's this a 1 and this is a 1 2, so it's set to a 2-tick delay. Assuming nothing broke, it should still work. Exactly the same. And it does. So now what will occur is when I press this button, you can see that piston go forward at the same time one of these blocks rises. So now we're going to apply the track. So now I've added a minecart track, as you can see. You need to leave this spot right here open or else it will not load properly. Oh, I forgot one thing. Also, I suggest you put a block right there. It simply allows the minecart to get kind of squished in there. So let's load in a minecart and let's do the loading process. So you can see the minecart's loaded in the position now. Now when I hit the switch, the minecart will be loaded onto the slab. I believe it's this. Yep, there it is. And now, as you can see, every time I hit this button, said minecart will rise 1 space. Great. So now you're wondering, how do we finish this off? And that's at the very top. And so I'm going to get up there and I'm going to start building the landing platform. Alright, so now I have the delivery system set up. This piston's what pushes the cart off. And so then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks below it, and then 1 block past the slabs, you will put a power track with a piece behind it with a rail. What happens is the carts will land here and be powered. I have it set up to attach down back to the beginning so it resets itself, but as you can imagine, it's meant to go anywhere. You're supposed to build it and then, you know, elevate you up levels. That's the whole point of this design. It can put it back into a Pez dispenser, go somewhere else, but the whole point is that it's vertical. I also like to point out at this time that this also is a modification, like a water stream can be used to transport items upwards using the exact same functioning as this right here. Just use a water stream instead of the minecart tracks. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but this particular design, you're only able to build it 12 blocks up at any given time. If you want to go higher, you have to build a separate one and attach them, which, if you understand how this works, should not be terribly complicated for you. To the top here, and you'll see it come down just so we can get the final test. And this would normally be loaded full of carts, just so you know. So each time I press the button, a cart will be loaded. Also, this can be done with a clock, a lever, a button, whatever you want to have it done. For the purposes of the final showing, I'm just, you know, doing it button powered slowly. But with stricter timing can be set up, and you're going to see the cart deliver now. Cart gets pushed off and returned all the way to the bottom. If I press the button again, cart gets reloaded. But I think that about covers it. If there's any questions, please let me know. I understand the wiring can be a bit complicated at times, so feel free to ask if you're having issues with overlapping or anything like that. But I really hope people take interest in this and enjoy it for what it is. That's all. Good night.